and get started with the collective reading. We just hopping right into it, as y'all know I like to do. I hope you are all well. Ooh, okay, medical coding. As always, you know I'm talking to the good Judies on TikTok. So if you at any point in time would like to get a quick reading for 10, 15, or $20, you can find me over on the Clock app. Otherwise, you can find me at my description bar, where you can find me on your time and your schedule if you'd like to purchase a reading. But I pray that you're all doing well. The country has been a mess, mamas. Iran said, do we have a problem? It's rockets, it's bombs, it's this, it's that. And it do not look like it's slowing down anytime soon, girl. So I pray that you're resting. I pray that you're protecting your mind, body, and spirit. And you're keeping your protective barriers up. Again, as always, I do have like videos on this channel about like spiritual protection. That was the first thing I did. If you do nothing else, get your spiritual cleansing and protection together. That's my loves. Okay, Todd said I'm scared. I'm not scared, but I'm nervous. I'm nervous, girl. Right? But let's start with our initial prayer. So please find yourself in a nice, relaxed position and ask that your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels protect your mind, body, and spirit as I receive messages from the Most High. They know that it is my intention to align us all with healing, joy, and the most authentic versions of ourselves. And I pray that we are blessed with the gifts of wisdom and discernment so that we are able to identify what is in alignment with our highest and greatest good. Ashe. Ashe. Can y'all hear the music? Can y'all hear my little lo-fi beats in the back? I hope they're not too loud. Ooh, but with that initial prayer done, let's tap into this collective energy. What is it that the Most High would like us to know and to be aware of at this moment in time? Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. What do the girls need to know? This is interesting. This is interesting. Hello, Ashlyn. Welcome in. You know, all things considered, I am seeing a lot of good energy in this spread right now. The first card that we got is the Ace of Cups and the Sun card. And there's these big, expansive feelings of like joy and freedom. Right? And immediately after that, we have the Two of Cups. And it doesn't feel romantic. It could be, but this feels more platonic. More than anything. But it feels like the way that we are attracting this newfound freedom, this newfound like emotional offering, that feels really bright and joyful. Like this energy just feels so wonderful. Right? It's by returning to the self. You have the Knight of Wands in reverse and the King of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. And both of these cards are usually pointing towards a sense of running out and exploring and travel and, you know, releasing our inhibitions and feeling like the world is our oyster. And I feel like all these, like the world is still your oyster, but with this Hermit card, it feels like the freedom that we're looking for, it's an internal process. Right? With this Hermit card, the Eight of Wands in reverse and the Four of Cups, there are these ways that we behave impulsively, that we behave like F-boys, for a lack of a better phrase, or that we act or behave in selfish, impulsive ways, and there's not a whole lot of forethought. That I feel like is the issue, right? What I feel like with this Eight of Wands in reverse followed by the Four of Cups, It's these actions or this way of behaving that takes place, which is kind of like draining us, right? There's no forethought, there's no planning, there's no structure around some of the ways that our actions take. I think this is connected to Mars and Virgo. I think Mars just moved into Virgo. When did Mars move into Virgo? Mars moved into the sign of Virgo of June 17th, which was yesterday. Right? So this Mars and Virgo's transit, which is kind of the energy I'm picking up on, and then like Hermit card is connected to Virgo energy. There's this internal nature, right? Mars and Virgo, which is what our passions, what motivates us to move and to act in the way that we chase our passions, our aspirations, and our ambitions, it becomes a lot more meticulous. It becomes a lot more meticulous, a lot more specific. Virgo energy has a way of getting like caught up, maybe not caught up, but it dials into the details. It dials into the little mini itty bitty things that we need to be paying attention to as we move forward in our lives. And then like the sign of Virgo, it's also connected to purity. It's like Virgo comes from the word the virgin. And the sign of Virgo, it's all about maintenance and the work that we need to do to maintain something at its optimal or its most perfect or its purest form. Right? The last card that we have here is the Death card, and really a big sense of energy that I'm picking up on is that like as Mars is moving through Virgo, and for this upcoming week, because these readings are timeless, so whenever you reach it, you get it. It's reached you in divine timing. But I'm definitely feeling a sense of for the next week, it's important to pay attention to the actions or the behaviors. Part of me wants to say that aren't pure, but that's not exactly it. It's a little closer to the actions and the behaviors that aren't meticulously planned out, right? They aren't specific. There's a specificity, right? And with this Knight of Wands and this King of Wands and this Eight of Wands all in reverse, again, there's this way where we just do things and it's kind of wild and unpredictable and it's rash. It's a little sloppy. And again, the energy's always fine. With these cards, there's so much like luck with like Leo and Sagittarius and Aries energy that they don't do a whole lot of thinking and planning, right? That they just go out into the world and do whatever it is, and then they handle the challenges as they come. And they believe in themselves, which allows them to conquer and to be successful with things, right? But I feel like we might not have any planets and fire signs, or any of the major planets, right? Or at least the major fire planets, right? The sun is moving into Cancer. It's in Gemini right now. It'll be moving into Cancer over the next couple of days. Then we have Mars, now in Virgo, and we also have Jupiter, which has entered Cancer, right? So our big three like major fire planets, none of them are in fire signs. So this big, brave, explosive, go-getter, jump out there and be lucky energy, it's not to say that it's not there. It's a little tempered. It's a little tempered down. And so with these energies that we're working with, and this is what I always, or at least this is one of my astrology teachers says, that like the best thing for us to do is to work with these energies, right? It's not necessarily about them being right or being wrong, or energies being good or being bad. It's more of like which energies are present in our lived realities and how do we work with them instead of working against them. Yeah. And that's what I'm picking up on with this energy. That when we allow ourselves to work with Mars and Virgo, or we tap into some of this more, again, planned and structured and meticulous internal wisdom, and just being specific about the energy that we do spend, that opens up a new world of emotional possibilities, emotional realities, and emotional pleasures. Yeah. Let me get us an action plan. What's the action plan for this upcoming week in this energy? I may have to do like a pick a card reading on Mars and Virgo. Let me know if you'd like that down in the comment section. But what's the action plan for this upcoming week in this energy that the collective is currently navigating through? Please and thank you. Action plan. Okay, we now got the Hangman in reverse, the Judgment card, and the Hangman in reverse. So there's a whole lot of like Pisces energy, right? Then we have the Seven of Cups in reverse, followed by the Nine of Wands. So there's something, so like some of us were feeling stuck. And again, the energy that we're working with, it's going to help us move forward. But I don't think it's a coincidence that we have two of these like Piscean energies, right? These Piscean energies are both in reverse. And it kind of seems that like, if we pay too much attention to our moods, to our emotions, and like the energy that is moving so quickly and rapidly around us, we run the risk of getting exhausted, right? So again, I just want to like recommend that we do our cleansing and our spiritual protection work. And it's like, I don't want to say isolation. Maybe it is isolation, right? Because this Three of Pentacles in reverse and this Knight of Swords, it feels like when we're collaborating and working with other people, we're not able to come to like a concrete solution or one clear idea, right? And this is, I wouldn't say like a flaw, but this is a way that sometimes like Virgos work. Hey, Melanie, how you doing? I'm working on a collective reading right now. But sometimes Virgo energy does not want anybody else's opinion. Virgo energy is so involved in the process. It's so close to the heart of whatever it is trying to manifest that it knows it intimately and it knows the details, that it oftentimes does not want to hear anybody else's opinion. And it thinks that it knows the best route and the best plan of action, right? Take this with a grain of salt and apply it to your life specifically. But just with this action plan and the energy that I'm picking up, I'm kind of getting that like, you have 50,000 ideas. They have 30,000 ideas. We all have so many ideas. And the only person who's going to be able to apply them in a clear and concrete and concise manner is ourselves, right? And this may not be a bad thing. I know sometimes we can see it as a bad thing. It's like, you know, don't talk to other people. Don't collaborate. Isolation is so bad. But I'm getting that it kind of feels like there's just too many cooks in the kitchen. There's too many conversations going on. There's too many ideas popping off. And when there's so many ideas coming through, it's really hard to get a clear through line about what it is we should be doing. Again, Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, followed by the Four of Pentacles, right? We're just creating an energetic and protective space around our values, who we are, and what we know to be true, right? It's not to say that other people's ideas are bad or even that they're toxic. It just feels like that dealing with them at this present moment, I'm hearing for the next 4 to 6 days that the work of ciphering through and collaborating with other people, it's just going to be too complicated. Yeah. So protect your inner peace. You know what I mean? Do your me, myself, and I. Talk to your higher self. Right? If you need to talk to anybody, your higher self. And that's all I want to say. Talk to your higher self in your Ori. If that's a part of your spiritual practice. Part of me wants to say bring in your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. But even then, again, with this Seven of Cups and this Hangman in reverse, which can kind of be like spiritual cards because they're connected to Pisces energy. It just feels like it's too much, y'all. It just feels like it's too much, if I'm being honest. So like dial in, focus in. Anything else? Get an action plan. What's the action plan for the collective, please and thank you? I was just saying that. I was thinking about the Two of Swords, but I wasn't seeing it, but it just popped out because in the classic Rider Waite, if you know the Two of Swords, it blocks out outside energies. It blocks out outside influences and it turns internal to think about what is it that I know? Again, what is the information that is sitting within me internally, right? And then you sit in this place where it's internal, it's reflective, it's intuitive. You try to dredge up what's sitting in your subconscious. It's journaling. It's analyzing the inner workings of our minds to decide how do we co-create with the Most High. Again, it's connected to the number 2, which is about co-creation and duality. Right? And just with this spread, I have the Two of Swords in the middle, and on the left side, we have the Tower card in reverse, and on the right side, we have the Ten of Wands. It's a lot of the same energy I've been talking about. It's too much energy to deal with other people. It's too much. It's frustrating. It's irritating to think about their perspective and what they're thinking about and what they're feeling, and then trying to incorporate their ideas. Usually, like, collaboration isn't something that I would say is a bad thing, but you know, there's a time and a place for everything, which is what astrology teaches us, right? And at this moment, it feels like it's time to turn inward. It's not collaborative, which doesn't mean which isn't a bad thing. And I feel like I'm trying to convince myself, because I do so much work about, my channel is so much about like getting us all to be okay with asking for help and calling our ancestors, spirit guides, and angels into the fold and into our plans, and, you know, working with other people. But this really does feel like it's a me, myself, and I. Again, at least energetically for the next 4 to 6 days, right? Because let me get, so what'll, I don't even need to pull cards because I already know. It's like if we try to work with other people, right, it'll create too much noise, it'll be too much commotion, and then we'll be energetically drained. Again, that takes us back to that Pisces energy. Pisces energy sometimes doesn't have very strong energetic boundaries, right? Sometimes like Piscean energy is a little porous, and because there's so much energy flowing around, your energies in that person's auric field, and that person's energies in your auric field, and the person down the street, their energy, you know, is too much mixing, and then it can kind of be overstimulating energetically, which can lead to people feeling drained. Yeah. So I'm getting a really good sense of, you know, chill out. Ride out with me, myself, and I for a little bit. Yeah. Let's get some oracle cards to close out this reading. I appreciate everybody tuning in and hanging out with me this evening. Kava Kava, community. That is so funny. And then we have Passion Flower, surrender, which is in reverse, which is so interesting because we got that Hangman, and the Hangman talks about surrender often. I'm actually going to read this Passion Flower in reverse. I'm not going to read the whole card. I'm just going to read this reversal. Okay. Reverse, deception, misguided intentions, deceiving opportunities, unexpected halt, and bad judgment. Astrological ruler, Neptune and the moon. Again, it's like there's some energetic or subconscious through lines which are making things complicated that we're unable to see clearly. And if we're trying to deal with them, it's just gonna bother us. Let me read this Kava Kava community. It's so funny that this card came up. And this whole time I've been talking about no community, no community. But upright. Celebration, kinship with tribe, community, friendship, union, finding your chosen family. Reversed. Separation, seriousness, not wanting to connect with others, and loneliness. And the astrological rulers are Pluto and the moon. The guidance. Kava's energy moves through our nervous system like a butterfly, relaxing, widening, and assisting us in surrendering. Although you might be amid an important moment in your life, remember that you don't have to do it alone. When you widen your circles intentionally, you receive support from the universe and others to join you on the path. To fully draw upon butterfly's medicine, it gently invites us to observe our position in the community in this moment. Are you a protector, creator, connector, or visionary? And how does that correlate this moment in your life alongside your personal evolution? Egg, caterpillar, cocoon, or butterfly? Oftentimes, finding your purpose within your community and the parallels with your inner journey can provide great relief and meaning. This really wrapped a whole bunch of things together, right? One of the words that jumped out to me as I was reading that was cocoon. And I know I've been speaking a lot about tuning into your own energy within your community, but what came up as I was reading that was sometimes we look for validation or confirmation with other people's what should I be doing, or how should I be helping, or where can I be contributing, right? But as we've been going, as we've been learning, through this reading, I think that the best thing is tuning inward. What do I want to do? What do I have to offer? What do I want to spend my time doing? And what's the best and healthiest way for me to contribute? And the only person who can answer that question is you. Right, my loves? Thank you for the gifts, beautiful. I appreciate it. Yeah. So tune into yourself. It's a very internal week I feel like we have coming up. There's another card. There's another deck speaking to me. This is the Lightworker Oracle. I really like this one. This one has rituals and kind of spells. I wouldn't necessarily call them spells, but they're usually ascended masters and angels we can reach out to with this deck. So this one, if you want to stick around for that, please do. But yeah, I'm getting now is a time to figure out what is it that we want to do. How is it that I want to contribute? And don't pay attention to what people are telling you online. Again, too many energies are going around. So many people are feeling overwhelmed. You can be bombarded with information really, really easily. If anything, take some time to journal and to read and to tune into to the energetic self. Yes, my loves? Because I'm also getting a bit of the call. It feels like the call that now it's time for many of us to help each other and to be in community. But the way we build the community or be what is it? Fully and healthy contributing members is by tuning into the self and asking the self, what is it that I need to be doing? What is it that I want to do? Again, those questions I was posing earlier. What's the Oracle card from the Lightworker Oracle deck? Ooh. What's the Oracle card for the collective, please and thank you? Okay. Seventh ray of ritual, order and ceremony. This is 44. This card is beautiful. I don't think I can show this on the tube. So I'm not going to show it to you, even though it is a beautiful card. The people on TikTok going to be able to see it. I hope they don't flag my account. It's a little bit of ta-ta on here. But I know YouTube would take my videos down. I know that for a fact. YouTube don't play, girl. Okay. When the gift of the seventh ray enters your life, something new is being formed, something that will benefit your world. There may be an increased interest in magic, ceremony, and ritual for healing purposes. Resonating with high-frequency violet light and the archangel Zadkiel, the seventh ray also helps transmute energy from lower to higher frequency. It is a spiritual cleansing agent that allows the truth of spiritual freedom, empowerment, and the choice to be seen, felt, restoring hope and joy to the heart. The seventh ray is very active upon the earth at this time. All of humanity is being affected by it. The seventh ray is the push-pull between the old and the new. Girl, this feels relevant. The life that has been and can no longer continue in that form, and the new life that wants to evolve from the old. It honors traditions and ancestral wisdom that serve new life. When the seventh ray enters your life, you are asked to balance your attachment to what has been with the openness to the new. It is time to fearlessly question what has been, honor what continues to hold value for you, and dismiss what no longer serves you. The seventh ray also creates form from invisible and tangible spiritual energy. These are the inspired solutions and synchronicities that seem to come out of nowhere. They are signs of the divine order happening. The seventh ray brings in alignment with that divine order. And the more you are willing to invoke and allow that energy to bless you, the more your life will align itself with the genius of creativity, solutions, and loving opportunities that the universe wants to bring to your world. The gifts of ritual, order, and ceremony are ways to attract this energy. Conscious ceremony, done in service to unconditional divine love, feeds a need for sacred embodiment. It is the hunger within the soul that many seek to feed through religion, and others through the less conscious rituals of addiction. Ritual can be something that keeps you stuck or opens you to the sacred. Choosing a spiritual practice to engage on a regular basis, creating your own spiritual system, will help you call the genius of seventh ray energy into your life. Your spiritual practice might be a daily prayer followed by a short conscious dance or yoga session, a meditation, a walk in nature, or some combination of these. Find what works for you. Again, figuring out what works for you. Do that regularly. Make it a priority. You can invite spirit into your life through a simple and ordered system that you do on a regular basis, even if only for 5 or 10 minutes a day. Then the new life, the new you, the order that brings an expansive idea in the world can happen. The challenge with the seventh ray is not to become obsessed with the future, with the new, to the extent that you forget about the valuable aspects of what already is. It is about developing what has value, not rejecting outright anything from the past. The past can teach us wisdom and help us create a more loving future if we allow ourselves to balance our passion for the future with the respect for what has been. The gift of seventh ray is the ability to live as an embodied divine presence. For humans who don't trust or even recognize the love of the divine in their hearts as yet, those who do are great supporters. The seventh ray empowers us to use loving ritual to invite divine presence to fill us in our lives. It also teaches us how to use our consciousness to clean up our own energy field and the energy field of the world around us so the divine can show its face more clearly. The comfort of this can help heal all beings from anguish and suffering. That was a lengthy one, yeah? And then the invocation. I now accept of my own free will the blessing and grace of the seventh ray of ritual, order and ceremony, and the assistance of the unconditional loving masters of this ray, the violet flame and Saint Germain and Archangel Zadkiel. I open to the magic of creativity, divine genius, and the ability to translate spiritual concepts into real-world experiences for the greatest good. May I discover and use my innate power for conscious and loving ritual and ceremony to enrich and invite spiritual presence into the world. May all beings feel safe and consciously held in a loving divine order, according to the great plan of love. Through my own free will, so be it. Yes, my loves. That concludes this reading. And just to wrap this up, a lot of this card, or at least what I got from it, is that like as we're turning into ourselves, and tuning into our own energies, coming up with our own spiritual rituals is going to be the best thing for us, right? With all this noise, with all this energetic and spiritual chaos bouncing around us, we need to turn to ourselves to figure out what is our spiritual ritual. What is our ritual? What is our ceremony that keeps us in alignment, that keeps us healed, that keeps us happy? Excuse me, truth birth, that keeps us regular. Right? Again, there's that Virgo energy. That Virgo energy. Right? Is Virgo the 7th zodiac sign? Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. It's the 6th. I was about to make something up. But it's not, right? But anyway, all that said and done, again, there's the ritual, there's the maintenance, there's the regularity found in that Virgonian energy as Mars is transiting through Virgo that we need to pay attention to, right? So develop a new routine, develop a new habit to keep you regular, energetically and spiritually. Yes, my loves? Okay, that's all. That concludes tonight's collective reading. Let me know what resonates in the comment section. Don't forget to thank your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels for allowing me to deliver these messages to you. And until next time, this is XOMO. Au revoir.